Is guacamole a fruit salad?
What is the best milkshake for bringing boys to the yard?
Ostriches are dinosaurs.
Don't piss off old people. New game.
What do you mean it gives you Arby's mouth?
Artisanal muck duck balls.
I think they call that autofellatio.
I want to high five a shark.
Welcome to Bar Banter. Relax, have a drink with us as we debate the most controversial topics in the world today.
On today's podcast, we talk about what's the best alcoholic drink to have at the beach. What is the best Mel Brooks movie character? And lastly, we come up with 3 new national monuments. But first, Daniel J. Wasby, what are you drinking?
I am having tonight Shochi Kubao Nagori Unfiltered Sake. It's silky, mild, refreshing, and crisp.
As he reads it.
I was going to say, did you just read the bottom?
Oh, I absolutely read it verbatim. That is why I said it the way I said it.
It was in the original Japanese though, Rick. So that's kind of impressive.
Drew, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm going for my classic Mexican mule.
Ooh, nice.
It's all I had, honestly. Richard Madison, what are you drinking?
I am having a Modelo this evening.
Ooh.
Made for those with a fighting spirit.
Getting into it.
Travis, what are you drinking over there?
Currently, Miller Lite. I will be switching to Bud Light.
Okay.
But you know what would make this beer taste better?
Hmm.
Drinking it on the beach. Guys, what's the best drink, the best alcoholic drink to consume whilst at the beach? Maybe on a hot summer day with a nice cool breeze.
I think a cold one, a cold alcoholic drink is the best
Yes.
to consume at the beach. I know that's a hot topic and one for confrontation there, but some people like warm beverages, but I think a cold one, definitely the best. So I guess my thought process to this one was I'm going the route of what I want to be drinking on the beach, not necessarily by the beach,
On the beach.
not necessarily at the beach, which could
Toes
be a
in the
conversation in of
sand.
itself. Yes, I kind of have 2 answers, but through it, I'm going to get down to my actual answer. So I think, like, one, it's got to be, you got to think about logistics here for myself, because there's several drinks that I would love to have on the beach. However, I'm not going to bring a blender. I don't have a slushie machine next to me. For those that do, congratulations, and I will entertain those
slushie.
answers. Right.
That's what we need.
Right. So that rules out like your rum drinks with the slushies and your margaritas. But I really enjoy kind of like a Mexican beer, with a lime in it. I will also consider Land Shark in that family of light kind of lagers with basically any beer that you can put a lime in is, insert here to me on the beach. Or entertaining anytime you have a good rum mix or tequila drink that you can throw down in like your Nalgene bottle and just ice it up. That is also well. But at the end of the day, I want a nice beer. And actually, I might say Land Shark because you can infuse Land Shark with tequila and put a little shot or 2 in your beer, turn it up, and it becomes a real nice beverage. So Land Shark with tequila and a lime, I think, is the best beer drink.
That's fair. That's
beach.
fair. I don't hate that pick, but I didn't take it the same way you did because I don't like the sand, and
Okay.
I'm okay with being by the sand. I think sand gets in too many places.
Of course.
Don't like it. Would rather not deal with it. So give me a chair with sand adjacent, touching sand,
Okay.
but also by the bar that I'm hopefully sitting at.
So
And-
you're more near the pool at the beach.
But yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
And where I'm thinking is you have to go
more
past
like
the pool.
like all inclusive,
Yes,
like
And-
resort.
because
Sure.
I need.
Okay,
Okay.
If I'm going to the beach, I'm on vacation.
of course.
I don't live at the beach, so I had. And if I'm on vacation, on this podcast, I have a lot of beer and I have a lot of scotch and bourbon and heavy stuff. I want the fruitiest, girliest thing they have when I
That's
go
my
to this
boy.
coldest, like slushy type alcoholic beverage they could possibly have. Super crazy sweet. And the best one I've ever had is when I went to Hawaii. It was called a lava flow. And it was basically just like a pina colada with blended up strawberries. And it was so fucking good. I had like 6 of them
That's what I'm talking about.
in
A
20
lava
minutes.
flow.
Yeah, look it up. It's so good.
Let's just see. Let's just see what's in here.
It's real pretty. It's like, ooh, fancy.
All right, so you
Um,
got some light rum, you got some coconut rum, 2
Yep.
ounces strawberries, you got some banana, coconut cream, pineapple wedge for garnish, and pineapple juice. That sounds delicious.
I need that. Like that's my favorite one, but you hand me anything in that genre of drink, alcoholic beverage, I'm there. Gimme. That's what I want. That's the best thing. That's the best thing to drink whilst at the beach, and I'll fight you.
Mm.
Drew,
That's
take it.
interesting, and I'm not mad at the take. It's
Yeah.
just interesting to me that while on vacation, Travis, you go full spectrum switch.
Yep.
Of your normal.
Yep.
Day to day.
Oh, I guess it depends on where I'm vacationing. Like if I'm
Sure, I get
at the
that.
beach, I go full spectrum switch. If
Right.
I'm
You're in the mountains.
right, I'll go
Right.
Because to be honest, we probably all tried it. Dark rum and heavy beer don't
Oh,
go
no.
well on the beach at
Right.
all.
Because
At
you
all.
need a mix of hydrating
Right.
and also you need like a light, casual, consistent intake. So you can't
Correct.
go. Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I have to at the beach.
I got
I'll
you.
go the other way, yeah.
Right. Drew, what you got? You look like you're itching.
I do. Okay, so kind of like you, Rick, I have 2-ish answers to this, and I think it kind of splits the difference between you guys. So, very quick story time. The majority of my beach vacations are spent with my family, which includes us renting out a beach house and dealing with 4 of my nieces and nephews plus the adults. So when we like actually go to the
Black tar heroin is what you want.
yeah main lining. So when we go to the beach, like that's kind of that's our activity for the day. So I want accessibility and quantity over quality. Not necessarily like it's going to be bad, but like Rick, I'm thinking like cans of beer that I can squeeze a lime into, and I can bring a full cooler of them and just crack one whenever I need it. And I want that crisp, cool. We're out in the sun. We're dealing with, the kids, and it's just easy. So that's my like go-to if we're going out to the beach and it's not like a resort or something like that. We just have, we have beach access type of drink if I'm sitting in the sand under the umbrella, listening to a book or that type of thing. And with the cans, you can like take them, into the water and have it very easily at hand. But on the rare occasions where I do go and like spend the money to do like the full resort, all inclusive, everything, I like my cocktails. I agree with Travis that I like the mixed drinks too, especially the cold ones. Give me a caipirinha every day. It is
Bless you.
Yep. Sorry. Allergies.
That was from
Georgia.
before
It's
when you tried.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For our listeners who don't know what that is.
No, I was about all
For me, who don't know what that is.
I will.
Because I know what that is.
So, Rick, there's a liquor called cachaça. It's basically Brazilian rum, and
Okay.
the caipirinha is the national drink of Brazil. It's
Okay.
literally 2 ounces of this white rum over ice, squeeze half a lime into it, put a little sugar in there, and mix it up, and that's your drink.
Color me intrigued.
and you can get so messed up on them so fast.
Like an aubergine,
like an eggplant.
Aubergine, the color aubergine. Intrigue is okay.
Eggplant, and it is to this day because I don't like the really super fruity, and I don't like coconut all that much as like a flavor in a drink.
Oh yeah,
personally, not my favorite. I'll drink it, but just not my favorite.
Oh, good.
So that's my go-to is like give me a simple liquor forward cold iced drink any day. It doesn't necessarily have to be specifically the caipirinha, but that like very straightforward. I don't plan to leave this beach chair for the next 6 hours type of drink.
Danny will let you hop in there, but I have thoughts to wrap this up.
Fair. Well, we'll start with Drew. So I just discovered that drink recently when I was in Brazil a little bit ago, and I have a unfortunate tenuous relationship with it because I was introduced to that drink, and there's something in the cachafas that literally makes me break out in hives. And I don't know what it is because that drink was so delicious.
It's the sun, Danny. You're a ginger. You should put on sunscreen.
It wasn't the alcohol, Danny.
Yeah,
it was the fact that you actually went to the sunlight.
But Danny was a day walker.
So moving on. So I kind of took this a similar way as Drew. If I'm going to, or sorry, to Travis, if I'm going to the beach, I'm not going to the beach to DIY it. I am there if like there has to be a bar or place that serves beverages to me, or else I see literally no point into going to the beach. That is the only good thing about beaches. I digress about why I don't like beaches, but that's the only good thing is to have a drink.
We're talking about beaches or the beaches?
The beaches.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm kind of halfway between, I think, Drew and Travis. So if I'm going to the beaches, my base point is always tequila, and because that is my happy day drink. And the drink of choice is a Paloma, which is a iced drink. So I don't like blended. I don't want it. I don't want a smoothie. Like I don't want that in my life. But I do like the fruit, a little bit of fruit forward. So that's the Paloma brings forward a little bit of grapefruit juice to it. And it's just that cool, casual, because when I think of beach drinking, I think I'm going to start at 10 a.m. and I'm going to go until I fall asleep on the beach. I don't think of a 1-2, because if I'm going to do that, I'm going to go with whiskey, which is my go-to. So it's like, what is the thing that I can go the entire day with? And that is always tequila for me. So that or a margarita, that would be my number 2. But the Paloma is just a nice, smooth sunrise and sunset throughout the entire day.
Fair. Rick, you had thoughts?
So I think it's interesting, I guess, because I think we all went different places in our mind when we said the beach. And I think that because hey,
what? That is not you.
That's not your iPad.
That's not you, Danny.
That is not me.
Dave,
for those
how
listening,
we might have the same initials.
You might. It's true.
Whoa. Well, for the listeners, who are you and what are you drinking?
What I'm drinking is whatever's in the Yeti, and I'm not sure I'm going to disclose that quite yet. Are you already talking about the best beach beverage?
We are.
So I think you're up.
I'm up. Well, then the predictable answer would be pina colada.
Yep.
It's the first thing that came to mind. But I think there's a better answer. Are you familiar with the Frosé sorbet, which is basically rosé wine?
I want to be.
As a sorbet. And yeah, Andrew's like, he's on that. And so it's like, it stays colder longer, almost like a frozen daiquiri. I think it would last longer on the beach. Just my guess.
Rosé.
I like that. And that. So there's two things here. it's about logistics, right? So if I'm at a resort, I'm with you, Travis and Dave. I want the kind of frozen drink or a fancy cocktail, whatever. I will order those all day long. But if I'm just like, if the five of us, we're in a house off Daytona or somewhere where I don't have the full bar service, then Drew, I like your answer, not necessarily because I know the drink, but logistically it's simple. So you and Danny, to me, your drinks are kind of the same. You have a cocktail with where I just need ice, alcohol, and I'll say mixers, and then I'm good for the day. Also, the hydration to it, so you can drink all day. But that's kind of, I'm torn between
Gotta stay hydrated.
where I'm at and then logistically, how am I getting these frozen delicious treats?
Is a scenario where we just basically have Drew be our bartender all day at that house that we rented? Does that work? Because we're on the beach already.
No,
In
no.
which case, we can have whatever we want.
No.
I don't think Drew.
No.
I mean, you guys buy the materials, and I'm absolutely there for it.
You have to wear your Drew shirt though.
So Rick, I like Landshark answer as the best utility beach beer,
Sure, I'm okay to
Right.
go this route.
right? But if I'm thinking like best of the best, top end scenario, it's got to be something fruity.
I'd agree.
Okay,
Wholeheartedly.
okay. It's with ice, cold.
Yep.
Just which one at this point? I'm okay to go pina colada because that's basically my answer.
So, well, here for me, Travis, the big thing with the resort drinks is they cater to people who like really sweet things majority of the time, and I don't like that. I do like, and I'm gonna bring this up now. So Ben could not be here tonight, but he did text in his answer for this one, and he said margaritas, with a little bit of like maybe an extra something on top.
Landshark, turn that shit upside down and put it in the
more like-
margarita.
Yes.
No, like
Oh my
a
gosh,
high end tequila or grandma or something like that.
Top shelf margarita. Yeah.
I would posit that, even though it's very cliche, just a very, because it kind of covers all bases. It's got fruit in there, it's got mixers, it's pretty simple. It can be pretty simple if you just get a margarita on the rocks. It's like three ingredients. It's got the tequila covered. You can get it as fancy as you like with upgrades and stuff like that, or you can get it frozen. And depending on where you're at, you can get it stronger or less strong if you want to drink all day. So even though Ben's not here, I kind of want to put it in the ring as like a good mix of everything that we've talked about, as like that meets in the middle of a drink that you can just have all day on the beach.
And to your point, I like that because while I love the fruity super sugar ones, I said I had 6 in 20 minutes. That was a lie, right? Shocking. I probably had
You've
6.
never lied to me in your life.
You're
in
right. That was
18 minutes.
First, yeah, right. 1856.
Yeah.
Whereas the margarita, like if you drink too many of those, you're not going to feel good after X amount of time with how much sugar's in them. Not only the alcohol,
movie theaters.
right? So I like the margarita answer because it is less sweet. You probably can consume more of them for longer, and it still meets the qualifications of a iced semi-fruity beverage.
It's got my vote.
I'm okay with margarita. My only, because it meets the criteria, it's just I don't know. They're just so available that it doesn't scream beach drink to me. However, it works so well. So I'm okay with it. I can go margarita.
Well, it's one of those two, like you can make a picture of. So it meets that criteria
done that.
for me too, of like,
yes,
let's make a batch of this and go out to the beach and we'll drink it till it's gone.
Go to the beach.
Yeah.
Nice,
So,
nice, Travis.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm okay with. I'm placing my vote into margarita.
Okay,
for the vote.
Let's do it. Margarita. It is. It has been
Sold.
decided.
Ben gets a win off camera.
Not being here.
Good job, Ben. We miss you. Love you. You know who else I love? Mel Brooks.
Mm.
In all his movies. Best Mel Brooks character. It's got to be someone who has, if they're Mel Brooks, they got to be funny, right? It's got to have some sort of, I don't know what Mel Brooks character isn't funny, but it's got to be funny. It's got to be someone with some sort of a story arc, either a redemption arc or some sort of a being one-upped. In my case, think of a character. Let's just put you in the scenario, right? Your family, your friends, they all leave to go fight in a war, and they leave you behind to rule the kingdom by yourself, basically. No help. You got nothing. So what do? You want to make sure that when your dad comes back, when your brother comes back from war, that you're not only your kingdom is alive, but it's thriving. So you raise the taxes just a little bit. You're not doing any real harm, right? You're making the kingdom a better place. And then some smug asshole comes back and just thinks, oh, I wasn't around and I couldn't pay my taxes and you took my entire castle, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to make you regret it. And just like completely humiliates you in front of the entire kingdom. Like, how terrible is that? The protagonist in Robin Hood Men in Tights is clearly Prince John. He's just there minding his own business, trying to make a good impression for his father, and just gets ridiculed. And I feel bad for the guy. He's hilarious in the fact that he doesn't like to get bad news, so he makes people do it in a good way. He doesn't know that he is a mole, which always cracks me up. And
I have a mole.
I have a mole. Yeah, I'm gonna go Prince John, best Mel Brooks character by far.
Okay.
I'll go next, only because it's the same movie, and I don't feel like this is a cop out just because he's the main character, but because Cary Elwes tickles my funny bone in everything he's in.
Such an asshole.
Him as Robin Hood. And I always think back to the scene where he's talking to Blinken about how they've taken the castle. And he's like, and what about my cat? It ate the goldfish. Or no, what about my goldfish? The cat ate it. And what about my cat? It choked on the goldfish. To this day, makes me smile so much. And there are so many good characters in that movie. I love Mel Brooks films, but Robin Hood has always had a special place in my heart. And Cary Elwes as Robin Hood just makes it for me. Every scene is a quotable moment for me.
So I guess I'll hop out there next. There's a few characters I really liked. And like I toyed with Blinken for a while because Blinken just I think is a fantastic source comedic relief through that movie and Robin Hood Men in Tights. I like Achua a lot. But
here
right. But I think for me, and then as Drew, we were talking about on before we started recording, or maybe I don't know when, but Pizza the Hut, hilarious concept. But I think I have to go with Barf as the best character. Yeah, I'm gonna go Barf. I think he's funny throughout that entire movie. It's
John Candy, man.
Classic.
Holy crap.
Yep.
What a genius.
I also just think to toss this hanger down out there, I think Spaceballs is a little funnier than Robin Hood Men in Tights, but
Dave, Danny, thoughts?
I'll pair off that because Rick and I are in the same universe. Also in the Spaceballs universe was what I gravitated toward, and really Dark Helmet. I mean, Rick Moranis just absolutely crushed that, along with many other roles. But that movie was my introduction, my first like parody movie that I ever watched, and just really, really just after being like really into Star Wars, just brought that in Mel Brooks. Of course, that creative vision was just amazing. Just look, when I was looking over some of the quotes, it was just some of the best stuff. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Like now you see that evil will always triumph because good is dumb. Like I hate yogurt. Just a classic, and good memories. Good memories from Spaceballs.
Yogurt
So
was
Dark
my,
Helmet is my choice.
Yogurt was
We've
my
gone-
my second.
We've gone plaid.
We've gone plaid.
Ah.
I am your father's brother's nephew's summer's former roommate.
Dave, let's hear it.
Well, I don't know if this is the generational thing or because I was old enough that I saw most of those when those actually came out in theaters back when Mel Brooks actually did them. I remember Blazing Saddles and just laughing until crying with the bean scenario around the campfire just because it was the right humor at the age I was. But I did gravitate towards Young Frankenstein or Frankenstein, if you prefer.
Frankenstein.
And of all the characters in there, they don't have the full arc, Travis, so they probably don't qualify and meet all of the criteria that I'm only now in real time learning. I thought it was just
That's my
No.
criteria.
Yeah,
That's
don't
my
listen. Don't listen to
criteria.
those. Don't let him bully you.
That's what I think the
and
best is.
well, I'm going to get outvoted anyway. I can tell by the way this is going, but that's fine. But there's just something about Marty Feldman playing Igor and being, in my view, best supporting actor. And hump? What hump? It's like he had no idea.
Walk like this.
Who was how I was. He was just trying to be helpful, and of course, he looks hilarious. I'm sorry, and I recognize that's just a visual thing, but he just, I thought it was a funny role.
Mm.
I'm
like
here
it.
for it. That's a fantastic pick.
I mean, my backup was Gene Wilder as Dr. Frankenstein, so I can't say I wouldn't have gone
Frankenstein.
for Frankenstein.
I mean, I'd be willing to go Dr. Frankenstein. Like
He was a visionary in that role. It was so good.
like the fact that Gene Wilder played it, and I know he played in Blazing Saddles, and I think he was in one other one, but just he brought so much to that character that.
Oh, and him as the Waco kid and
thank you.
Blazing Saddles. I mean, him and
I will not be upset
cool with that.
if we go Frankenstein. Is everyone
Worthy
good with that?
call out. Good.
Did you guys have a favorite character that Mel Brooks himself played in any of those movies? I thoroughly liked Yogurt just because he was all about the merchandising.
the merchandising.
That will always forever live in my head, rent free. And obviously, I'm partial to the rabbi, but in getting fish naked. But I'd probably go Yogurt of the ones that I remember.
Yeah, and because he always kind of did that like thing that a lot of writer producers do, where he always did just like cameo, like little tiny cameos,
Right?
But a little bit more than most of them. But yeah, wasn't he played Moses in History of the World Part 1, 2?
I believe so.
And I thought that was a really good role for him. But yeah, I think probably the rabbi for me if I had to pick one.
All right,
fair enough. Cool. We should probably. He's so good. We should just build a monument to Mel Brooks,
like a national monument.
Like a national monument,
because he's a national treasure.
He is a national.
Hey, very nice.
Shit, I broke another string. Don't worry, call Ray over at Rocket Guitar Repair. Rocket Guitar Repair? Rocket Guitar Repair. With over 50 years playing, building, and repairing guitars, Rocket Guitar Repair can get your guitar repaired rocket quick. Call Rocket Guitar Repair at 678-400-3062 or visit rocketguitarrepair.com.
Guys, we are tasked with coming up with the next 3 national monuments. Dave had to step away. He wants to build monuments to the space explorers, teachers, and the public service workers. People like trash haulers and the people who remove roadkill. All 3 very honorable positions and probably deserve a statue. And let's just keep those in the back of our mind as we come up with our 3 national monuments. Who has thoughts? Who wants to make something into a monument? Go. I'll jump out. Sure. So I thought about like what America is in today's age, and I took a little bit from our last episode that we published before we recorded this one, which is not going to come out sequentially, but doesn't matter. I want to go to Avondale Estates, Georgia, and make the Waffle House Museum a national monument. The first Waffle House ever needs to be a national monument. It needs to be preserved forever. So that's 1. 2, I don't know why this popped into my head when I was thinking of America. It's a little boring. It's a little probably because I was listening to, or I just saw the new Mario movie, and I was thinking of Jack Black, and that made me think of rock and roll. Give me the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. National monument. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Weird for me, but like I think that represents the United States, and we are rock and roll. The last one, I needed something big. Something the size of like a Boeing 747, something massive, right? I want to take us to Montgomery County and christen the Wheaton Station escalator, the longest escalator in the world. It might be in the Western Hemisphere, but I'm going to say the world, and make that escalator into a national monument. And those are my 3.
I like those. Those are all right.
I don't want your pity.
I don't want to go next. I actually want Rick to go before me. But Travis, I would maybe take your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I just recently, yesterday, was reminded of the clip of Jack Black on one of the Tonight shows, where he plays the saxoboom.
Yes.
Have you seen that clip?
Yes. More rare than a Stradivarius or whatever he's
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go, motherfuckers. To this day, I think that Jack Black is a hilarious actor, comedian, and performer in his own right. And I think that he deserves a monument to him.
I'm okay with that.
Just as that kind of encompasses all of that, like the ability to perform in many different spaces.
Let's make a Jack Black national monument on top of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, playing the
Okay.
saxophone.
Yes, the sax boom. That's my official answer. Who wants to go next?
So I had some thoughts, and I was trying to decide if we're adding national monuments, what needs to be symbolized? What is the symbolism here? And so for one, Travis, I like your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I did a similar one, and I don't want to call it the National Football Hall of Fame, but I think like football needs to have it a monument of some sort, whether that's your Mount Rushmore of I don't want to get into that, but somehow football needs a monument to show, whether it's the first stadium or the first field, whatever you want to use. Football needs a monument because people call it American football. There's a conversation where we're the only country in the world that calls it that. Whatever. It has to be one because it's, if you think America, you think football.
But so how would you represent football in the monument? Because I like
if I'm being honest in life, I would just make it a big football. I don't get
out of footballs.
Sure. Or, whatever. Because at first I was gonna say either something along the lines of the way not the college football playoff trophy, but the old coaches trophy.
Yeah, the crystal
BCS one. That would be dope. And honestly, even the Lombardi trophy, if you just make that a Statue of Liberty sized version, like that, something like that. So that's one for me. My second one, I think we need a ultra deluxe bacon cheeseburger, deep fried, covered in ranch. Because who doesn't love a nasty fast food type thing? in this country because I do. I drool over it before I go to bed at night. So, just a big, obviously not a real cheeseburger, just some sort of statue kind of thing. And
Like
then,
a Hamburglar.
yeah, right. Just not. And then I lost my third one because I didn't write these down. So I'm going to let someone else go. And then when I remember my third one,
I'll jump in there.
Get it.
I'm gonna cede my third pick to Rick for the burger because there's nothing that's more American to me than just greasy, cheese covered, bacon covered, brioche bun, sauces out the wazoo
yeah, man.
burger.
Can you define a wazoo?
No.
No follow-up questions at this time.
No, I was not prepared for follow-up questions on this one. That exudes Americanism and what we've accomplished in that area. And I had a burger today that was outstanding.
Yes.
So I absolutely love burgers. I'm always on the hunt for like the next great burger. My first one, it's kind of a shout out to national parks. And one of my absolute favorite parks I've ever been to is Rocky Mountain National Park. There's just like amazing mountains. You get the Rockies, you get the trees and everything. But scattered throughout the park, I want a monument built of a life-sized, kind of bronzed Bob Ross.
Yep.
With him painting and an easel that's open, no canvas or anything, just a frame. And you get to look through it and see the different mountains and everything behind it.
Yep.
So it looks like a picture that Bob Ross has painted, and you can take pictures and do all the fun artsy things. But just a national treasure to me, Bob Ross. And then secondly, for me, do you guys remember the Jaws ride at Universal?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want to create an international. This is a worldwide installation of a life-size, so 400-foot Godzilla that every once in a while changes locations to one of the cities that Godzilla has attacked. And so like it'll come up in Tokyo Bay, or it'll come up in San Francisco or New York, or any of the 30,000 different cities that Godzilla has attacked. And they don't know it's coming. And you clear it with the government or whatever, but every once in a while, it just starts to like poke its head out of the water and then starts coming up, and it's a life-size Godzilla that starts dripping water down it. And I think that's the best thing we can give to the world, is to just scare the citizens and the residents of those cities into just absolute terror that Godzilla is attacking them.
Well, first of all, who's controlling this Godzilla monument?
I mean, it wouldn't have any actual weapons. It would just
no. I meant like how is it? Who's controlling where it's going to go?
Oh, it's just it changes randomly based on how many times that Godzilla showed up in that movie or how popular the.
But it's who's the one changing it?
It's a computer-based algorithm, and
that's what I didn't. That's what I needed to know.
We leave it up to ChatGPT.
That's fair.
There you go.
Daniel J. Wasby, monuments, national, go.
So actually did two, and my two things I put into the best food that needs to be immortalized and protected by our national governments, and the best animal that needs to be protected and nationalized by our government. Food, similar to kind of what Drew and Rick were going after, but a little more specific. It is the combo, because I never want to see it die. It is the combo of Taco Bell and KFC restaurants.
Okay.
I want that immortalized so that it can never go away, because I feel, things come and go, businesses come and go, but I need that protected by the government, because where else can you walk into a space and get a steak quesadilla and a drumstick at the same time? Two-hand operation, and it's the greatest.
Would you be willing to change it to
Not mad at that.
Taco Bell Pizza Hut combo?
No.
Okay.
That is trash. That's literally trash.
Ooh. We have opinions.
Because you could take your cheesy gordita crunch and put it inside of a pizza.
Oh, but then you get rid of the macaroni and
Oh, it
cheese.
just doesn't
Why
work.
am I just now hearing that idea today?
I would
I'll be
rather
back. The rest of this without me.
I would rather pair a bean burrito and a side of mashed potatoes than that combination. So
It seems redundant.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was on board when you said the drumstick, but then you said you want to pair a side, and now you're losing me.
But think about the gravy. You dip the burrito into the mashed potatoes with gravy.
But I can have gravy without the mashed potatoes, so I'm going to need some clarification. Do I need it for the mashed potatoes or for the gravy? Because the gravy just sounds like a sauce.
You want the gravy for the burrito, but you can't get the gravy if the Taco Bell and the KFC are not connected.
No, that part I get, but we brought in mashed potatoes, so I was lost.
It's just a textural thing.
You can get just gravy. Did you know that?
Like,
you can order gravy.
But is it cut? Is it cut with Mrs. Winter's gravy?
with Boston Market?
Boston Market. That's what it was.
Great reference. Sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. So that's my food, and then the shrine to which and national monument to which I want to put for my favorite animal is the great puffin. It is the most majestic creature there is in the world. I want it a giant puffin national monument on Puffin Island in Iceland, and I just want all to beckon upon thee for the annual puffin parade. These are my thoughts.
Okay, so we have, to recap, we have Dave's monument to space explorers, teachers, and public service workers. That would be one each. We have I'm going to say Jack Black Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Waffle House, and the Wheaton Station escalator. We have some sort of football monument, whatever shape that might be. We have the Ultra Deluxe fried bacon cheeseburger covered in ranch. We have a Bob Ross monument in the Rocky Mountain State Park. We have a Godzilla monument that is controlled by an algorithm, which, now that I'm thinking about it, if this has any sort of mechanical nature at all,
It just moves, Travis. Don't think too much about it.
it's Skynet.
You're thinking
It's
too much
Skynet.
about it.
It's Mecha Godzilla waiting to happen. I'm just saying.
It's not sentient. There's nothing. It's just
Not
a
now.
statue of
It isn't
Godzilla.
now, but if it's
You
You know what,
powered by-
Travis?
Fully
At first I wasn't
non.
voting for it, but now I want the Godzilla monument.
I'm not.
just to
I'm not
see
against
how
it.
much it changes.
Travis,
Travis's
I'm not
life.
saying I'm setting up Godzilla to happen in real life, but I'm setting
Yes,
up
you are.
Godzilla to happen in real life.
Yes,
Shut
you
up.
are. I'm kidding.
Shut up, Shut
I'm
up Travis.
exposing you. We've got Taco Bell, KFC, and we've got Puffins. Pick 3, go.
I feel like burgers and Taco Bell, KFC are in the same vein, and I feel like my choice is better, so I vote for myself. KFC. Taco
Disagree.
Bell.
I would if we're picking one of those two to be in there, I would go the burger because it's everything. Rick said it was a ultra
It's
deluxe.
literally not everything. It's literally one thing.
No, he said
Might
ultra
break, you
deluxe
can get literally
fried.
two things times
It's
a
a
lot.
fried bacon
Yeah, but-
cheeseburger covered in ranch. That's like everything.
Well, but I think I want to point out the flaw in Danny's argument here, because we're not talking about preserving that combo, because a national monument is not like you're not going to go there and get those items. Like, essentially, you're just going to go see a replica of said establishment. And so what you want is not necessarily, you want like a protected park kind of thing versus a monument. Like that combo in and of itself is not worth memorializing. While wonderful, like that's not the crown fast food combo achievement. So that's why, and I'm not necessarily saying that like my item is the best item. However, it does reference the combos / the desire of a large majority of people, where it's like, I just want the most disgusting, greasy substance combo I can.
No, but you're right. What I am looking for is like historical preservation. That is what I want out of this.
Which I fully support.
And I just think that the burger the Americanized burger is the epitome. There's so many other variations and good chains, restaurants, items on a menu that you can get that encompass that, but that burger is the one that you just are like, I'm hungover, or I just want to feel fat for the day, or
Right.
I'm so hungry that I need this in my body right now. Those are the types of meals that I think that we could cover a lot of bases with that.
I would say my next top two would be Jack Black and Godzilla.
I'm okay with Jack Black. Godzilla seems odd.
Which
It
is why I
is-
think it's a good pick.
I mean, that's fair. I'm okay with that. That's just where I'm starting. I didn't say
So,
no.
Rick,
I just said
wait,
it was odd.
Okay, let me throw my last little case for this.
Okay.
Imagine you go to San Francisco for your first time.
Okay.
You're visiting the city. You're, doing the whole thing. You're getting some clam chowder down on the pier, and you're looking at the Golden Gate Bridge, and you're looking at the prison, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, with no warning, this Godzilla figure just starts to peek out and come up, and it's 400 feet, which I think is kind of the max of what he was. And you could go anywhere in the world and be in a Bay Area. And even I discovered with my research, Phoenix, Arizona, for some reason, Godzilla was there in one of his movies.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know it doesn't. But you're visiting the city, and all of a sudden there's an event where a Godzilla statue just kind of comes up out of the water. I think that would be a very special, just random out of the blue, and everybody knows everybody knows Godzilla. Like, it's one of those
After
things
my
that's part
30
of it.
seconds of research, I'm on board. I didn't realize Godzilla attacked. Yeah, I found a website, every city.
There's like 40,
Godzilla has
45 cities.
New
Yeah.
York is number 2 on the list. I didn't know that. I'll be honest. I was unaware.
Godzilla
That was the
2000
2013 movie.
Wasn't it 2000?
Yeah, but I didn't realize that we were number 2 on the list. Like, I get it, he visited, but I didn't realize that New York was number 2.
There was a whole
of
cartoon
lists.
where I think he was only in the United States.
Which is, well, I mean, okay, but New York specifically. Drew, I did also just see your Phoenix reference.
Yeah.
San Francisco also
Crazy.
attacked Hawaii. All right, I support the Godzilla algorithm Skynet future attack monster of
I
Godzilla.
love it. I love it. That's the only one I want.
I'm on board.
All right. So is that our list? Are those the three?
Wait, what was 3?
Jack
Jack Black. That's right.
Jack Black.
/ rock and roll, or just specifically Jack Black?
I would put him. It's the monument is for Jack Black. It's
Okay. All right.
It's a statue of Jack Black on top of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
I'm cool with that.
playing the
Right, the greatest song in the world. Yeah.
Well, no, the saxaboom.
Yeah, it's a tribute. I get it.
Yeah. Drew, you good with those three?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. Sure.
Danny,
Yep, agreed. That's yes.
tell me all three of those that we just picked.
Burger,
Yeah.
burger,
Yeah.
Jack Black, but not Godzilla.
Ooh, so close.
Ah, fuck. There's a lot of sake right
If
now.
you changed it to Jack Black and Godzilla, you'd be correct. But
Oh, I thought
Which-
y'all were still talking.
Which that actually could be a fun monument in itself, is just Jack Black versus Godzilla. and
I'd
make
watch that movie.
One monument.
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
Black
I'd
playing.
watch that movie.
So our final three: the ultra deluxe fried bacon cheeseburger covered in ranch, Jack Black standing on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and an AI powered Godzilla Skynet machine that's going to take over the world. Those are
Right.
some unique national monuments, and I'm here for it. All right, guys, it is time for last call. We got 10 classic would you rather questions. We're going to go rapid fire. Dave, you're going first. Got it? I'm going to ask you a question.
I'll try.
Off the top of your head. We're going to go Dave, Danny, Rick, and Drew. Sound good? Everyone ready? All right. Dave, would you rather have fingers that are shaped like sausages or a nose that squeaks every time you touch it?
Finger sausages.
Danny.
Nose that squeaks.
Rick.
Yeah, nose that squeaks.
Drew.
Give me nose that squeaks.
I like it. Dave, would you rather have to wear a clown nose every time you leave the house or have to wear clown shoes that are 3 sizes too big?
Nose.
Danny.
Shoes.
Rick.
Nose.
Drew.
I'll go nose on this one.
Okay. Dave, would you rather have hair that glows in the dark or hair that changes color based on your mood?
Glow in the dark, much safer. Don't want to give away my mood.
Yep. Danny.
Yeah, glow in the dark. That'd be fun.
Rick?
Give me the hair that changes based off my mood because my facial expressions give me away anyways. So what's the hair's not gonna hurt.
Drew.
I'm gonna go hair just because I don't know if they'd be able to figure it out.
You're gonna go hair. Right. Your answer is hair.
The changing hair color?
Well, one was glow in the dark hair, and one was hair that changes based on your mood.
Or
So-
hair that changes color. Sorry.
Okay.
That's why he said hair. No one would be able to figure it out.
Yeah,
Keep up,
exactly.
guys. Like we were all
That's
there.
amazing.
You're
Though
right.
at
My
some
bad.
point, it would be glow in the dark if I chose the other one.
You're right. I'm
Ooh.
the asshole. Dave, would you rather have the ability to talk to animals, but they all have annoying high-pitched voices, or have the ability to talk to plants, but they all speak in Shakespearean English?
Oh, I don't understand Shakespeare, so I got to go with the first choice.
Okay. Danny.
Oh, I'm going the Shakespearean plants. That sounds crazy.
Rick.
Give me the high pitched animals.
Drew.
Neither of these seem like punishments. Can I have both?
No.
Give me Shakespearean plants.
Dave, would you rather have to sneeze every time you say the word the, or have to hiccup every time you say the word and?
Sneeze. I hate hiccups.
Danny.
And
Hiccup. Gotcha. Rick.
Yeah, give me hiccup.
Drew.
Knees. I'm with Dave. Hiccups. No.
Got it. Dave, would you rather have to wear a tutu to work every day, or have to wear a Viking helmet to bed every night?
I could make the Viking helmet work.
Yep. Danny.
Viking helmet.
Rick.
Yeah, give me the tutu.
Tutu. Drew.
Yeah, I can make a tutu work for me. So I'm going
Love
with
it. Dave, would you rather be able to fly, but only for 10 seconds at a time, or be able to breathe underwater, but only for 10 seconds at a time?
Fly 10 seconds. Repeatedly. Big hops.
Yeah, fly. I can hold my breath for 10 seconds. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
These were AI. These were AI generated. I didn't come up with them.
That's fair. The loophole.
We can make it
fly.
5 minutes. That might. We'll just go. Everyone's gonna go fly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
fly for me. Yeah.
Basically, you're guaranteed to dunk. That's about it.
I have no idea how bad I need that in my life.
I know. I get it. That's a great skill. Dave, would you rather have a pet dragon that constantly burns your food, or a pet unicorn that constantly leaves glitter all over your house?
I'm OCD. I got to go with the dragon.
Danny.
I would do dragon as well because that's cool.
Rick.
No, don't touch my food. Give me the unicorn and glitter.
Fair enough. Drew.
Dragon. Glitter is the herpes of the craft world.
Yep.
You can never get rid of it once it's there.
True.
Dave, would you rather have a third eye in the center of your forehead, or a second mouth in the back of your head?
Third eye. To be covered from side
Third
to
eye.
side with a bandana.
Danny.
Third eye.
Sure, third eye. I don't know.
They're both pretty useless.
I'm going mouth then. At least it's got some versatility.
Last one, Dave. would you rather have a permanent clown face paint on you or permanent cat whiskers on your face, like actual cat whiskers that don't work? They're just out there.
Cat whiskers, I could tie it into a beard somehow.
I too would go cat whiskers.
Rick,
Yes, give me the clown face paint.
Drew.
Cat whiskers. That's all that is.
All right, that was last call.
Just my face at that point.
That was a weird one, but I liked it.
It tickled my fancy for sure.
Yep, it usually does. Let's find one that was a little silly. Let's talk about the pets and the plants. Dave, you said you wanted to go animals because you don't know Shakespearean English, but I feel like you could probably figure that out a little bit.
Oh no.
No?
He's tried to take me to Shakespeare many, many times. There's only one of them that I kind of get, which is the one that's more humorous and not so serious and not everybody dies. And the rest of it, I don't have those brain cells. I can't do it.
Danny, you went plants though. You want the Shakespearean English.
I just want to better myself every day, and I feel like that was the better option.
You nerd.
And then Rick, you went animals with high pitched voice, and Drew, you went Shakespearean English plants. Of the two, I know you wanted both, but
At some point, I hear plants there's never ending of voices. Like
right.
anytime the wind blows, there's I don't even want to make up a voice, but just there's constant noise. Whereas I could potentially find a place where there may not be many animals, and I can eventually not hear things talking nonsense to me. And anytime I mow the lawn,
everywhere,
I don't want people to yell at me.
So the animals, the only reason I didn't pick them is because I remember Happy Tree Friends, and it takes me to a dark place.
Assuming they're gonna murder
Whereas
you.
the plants, I'm just if I'm walking by and I'm like, "What's that plant?" And he's like, "Oh, doth and barely, how art thee this fine morn?" I would absolutely love that.
And I know this could happen with animals too, but I don't know if I'd ever be able to walk on grass again. Right? Ah! Ow! Stop! Ow! Every time I step on anything.
Every time.
Yeah,
Every time.
But they'd be screaming in Shakespearean, so
which would be funny for 2
eloquent.
minutes.
Yeah, if you get out the lawnmower and the edger, what happens? I mean,
that is just. I think screaming in Shakespearean is still screaming.
It's the same. I would have to go animals. And yeah, I'm gonna step on a couple ants every now and again, but that's fine. Danny, you were the only one that went clown shoes over the clown nose.
I've been finally getting into the shoe game, and I bought myself some nice shoes. So I'm just kind of about shoes right now.
Whose shoes are these?
These are brand new.
you got the blinky ones when you step on them, they light up.
They make you run faster. It's proven. It's science. Yeah, I appreciate. I think they are clown shoes that are three. It's not any shoes that are 3 sizes too. It's specifically clown shoes. So you couldn't wear nice shoes, with a suit or anything like that. You would or nice in style shoes.
Yeah, I don't walk around much in my life, so really I'm just sitting with clown shoes versus having a clown nose. So it's kind of if I'm mitigating risk and impact to my life, shoes are the way to go.
I feel like you're gonna increase risk because you're gonna trip on yourself.
Yeah,
but I'm not walking much.
Yeah, well, you'll go from not walking much to not walking never, because
when you have to go to the airport,
oversized shoes is awful. Just awful.
It is only 3 sizes too big, so they're not comedically large, but they're still large enough to where, which is probably why you would probably trip more. So,
yeah.
Right. Well, so that was it. That's our show. Dave, wonderful little surprise. Thoroughly enjoyed having you on.
Yes, indeed.
Well, thank you. I'm sure you'll find a way to edit me out one way or the other. Maybe the ChatGPT can do that, just like it can erase things in the background from Adobe Paint or whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll figure it out one of these days.
No, you're in now. You're just in it. You wish, but you're in it.
Your voice will be immortalized.
Forever now in the annals of history.
Great seeing you guys, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
You as well.
You too. See you later, Dave.
Take care, guys. See ya.
Well, that was last call. I think we're finally getting kicked out of the bar. Yeah, we just gotta go drink at home by ourselves, and that doesn't sound fun. Don't do that, or do it. Don't care.
I will be doing it.
Yeah, well, I'll be doing it too. Follow us on the Twitter. Follow us on the Instagrams. Follow us on wherever you get your podcasts. Tell people about our podcast, or don't. Danny's own father just learned about the podcast last week, and we've been airing for at least a year now. So do it or don't. It's fine.
One step from my parents finding out about it. That'll be
Yep. It'll happen. It'll happen. Maybe. But just remember, from in your little brain medulla oblongata area, this is our podcast, and you're just along for the ride.